for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
This is the cutting edge. I tell you, revolution is in the air, you know. So, how you do? Open all right, you know. Things are get bitter, but it still I get sweet. The bitter and the sweet we have to take, you know. I have certain tastes where make the whole thing perfect. Hot, pepper, bitter, sweet, sour. Yeah, man, all of them things that make life meaningful. This is the cutting edge on RFM there with you. You know, last week I was talking about this new development where England is concerned as it relates to reparation. We want to talk to a brethren out of Africa tonight, yeah, and continue that reasoning, because really and truly, we're not let it go. We're not letting it go at all, because that development or underdevelopment is something that everybody should recognize as significant to how we go about getting reparation for all these traumatic experiences that we're going through. Even the modern day traumatic experiences derive from a historical reference point. We can't separate the things that happen now with what did happen before, even before we come on this earth here. There's certain things that did happen before we come on the earth. So I give thanks for being here, because it's only for people try to be here and them not here. So we give thanks for being here, you know them way there. Because so as we tell you about this reparation and the move that has now taken place, and what we uncover that England was paying off a loan that was for the loss of revenue by these slave masters. And it was finished paid in February of 2015. And people tell us, say, slavery done long time, we must forget about the long time past thing. Well, apparently, England never forget about it. That even Cameron come to Jamaica and tell us that slavery is a long time thing. We must move on. Well, apparently them was moving on because they must pay in reparation to slave owners up to 2015. Did you hear what I say? From the 18th century come right until 2015. This is the 21st century we live in now. Loan, pantapa loan. And a lot of these banks, a lot of these organizations that was built on the back of our ancestors, where them free the African them, no land, no money, nothing, and expect them to go live. Every land that them live on, them used to them squatter, because all of the land was owned by these plantation men and women and Queen Elizabeth. So we recognize now that something sinister was and is taking place as it relates to our redemption. And we must recognize this. And if we are a fool, if we don't educate ourselves into understanding what is it that should be done, because you have people who is struggling every day to make sure that this thing become relevant and become purposeful for all of us to understand. Reparation is something that we should take serious. The government should have it on them agenda, because we were bamboozled. We were bamboozled when we go to school, we hear about the Pilgrim Progress. The Pilgrims were a set of Irish people who was running from religious persecution. Some of them end up in Europe, some of them end up in the Americas, especially in the America. And when them reach there, so even though people was living there, them wasn't mindful of the people them that was living there. So they took the land as their new frontier for settlement, not giving recognition to the original inhabitants of the place. The Native American them feel it under the hands of these so-called founding fathers of the United States of America. Feel it. And them go there as Christians, claiming to be wanting to civilize these so-called wild savages, making movies of their progress and a land that them capture is not for them own. So they went across the America and took away the land from the Native Americans and put them on reservation. These so-called Christian-minded people came with the Bible to the Native Americans and them gone, just like they did in Africa. And the story is now that they have the land, they have the wealth, and now everybody else is alien. Alien. There was a time when Mexico, Texas and California was part of Mexico. And who make it what it is now? That even though the same landmass, Mexico is a different country from the United States. And now we hear border cut off and war going to build now to keep out these savages, these murderers and thieves and rapists and all these things. Who make these people what they are today, according to the American way of life? They stole the land. And anywhere them go, them thief land. Them go to India and divide up India and call one part Pakistan and one part India. And the people them in the thinking believe it's two different people, like Dominican Republic and Haiti is one land mass. But the people them in the Dominican Republic, you see them is different from the people them like Haiti because them clearer. They must run and controlled by the French. The Spaniards. And when I said it was controlled by the French, look like St. Martin. Terrible, a little island like St. Martin, not even as big as St. Anna. So I don't even think it's big as Kingston when I really get right down to it. But guess what? One side of it is controlled by the Dutch and one side is controlled by the French. Imagine that. A man have a race. Two nations have a race. And the one who can run out most of the island, control most of the island. That is how them get St. Martin. Dutch, Holland, and France. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Them go to Australia. The Aboriginal people almost wipe them out, destroy them cultural practices and cultural heritage, and take with them land and call it Australia. And the list goes on and on and on and on. Them go to Africa. And still in Africa, destroying the the way of life of the people that was thousands of years before any Europe. And we recognize that reparation is a necessity and a moral obligation that should be rectified. We need to rectify it in at this time, yeah. And I talk about to the youth them. Me a youth. Me is a youth. So me a fight for the youth them. And me a fight for myself, yeah, too. Me a fight for people when I die. People when come before. We have to know that the young people them. I am a young person. Yes. And if I should live till I live 100, I still young. Forever young. So we have fight for the need to understand ourselves as a people and see how humanity has regressed because of the atrocities that was and is still being played on the people them who's a rightful owner of their own destiny. But because of some unscrupulous behavior by some people who claim that them white, them feel them have a God-given right to human dignity and human life. And what them can't control, them wipe out. And African people asleep. The greatest weapon in the hands of the oppressor is the mind of the oppressed. And that is what we see happening now. Mind control. Mind control. This is the cutting edge. To me, we all have to understand and recognize the importance of this Black African consciousness, Pan-African Rastafari movement. We have to understand how it relates to we or you as an individual. We have to talk to everyone because it's long time we sit down here and show the people them certain things. And you have others who come before me who did show certain things and I did recognize certain things and I could have did pass it on. Yet still, it come like a whole heap of ones never did come. The way the people them are going. The way the people them are going come like Marcus Garvey never reach her. Come like Paul Bogue never reach her. Nanny never reach her. Harriet Tubman never reach her. All the ones them who come before. And we have to keep regurgitating and keep doing the same thing over and over and over to make the people them recognize and look at. Only in a serious situation for hundreds of years. And we need to climb out of the pit. We need to climb out of the pit because the filth arise. I don't know where it arise from, but like a water in a well, the more you dig the hole, and the more water you see come up, well, it's not water come up and we are no, it's filth. And look like we love walla in it before we try come out of it. Too much of it come and gone. And black people still go like say, everything onky donkey, okie dokie, all right. It's not right. It's not right. So we may crack through the crevice and go through the little pinhole. But if one man free and the others not free, no man can truly say that them free. You understand? Because we right say the freedom of one is dependent on the freedom of all. If one man is free and the others are not free, no man can truly say that he's free. Because the freedom of one is dependent on the freedom of all. So we don't talk about no individual freedom, we are talking about a collective freedom, liberation. And liberation must come by any means necessary. And that we are saying, any means necessary, it must come. Because things can't go on so all the while. Must be a stop to it. All who wait for a man to come out of the sky is madness. Madness. No man not coming out of the sky come save we from this. And we have to save ourselves. White man, God can't save you from white man oppression. You have to save yourself. Pull up yourself out of the quagmire of decadence and crazy things are going. Crazy things are going. And we are one line of the craziness. As a matter of fact, the more we are one line of it, the more we start to love it. You know, some people live in a filth and them get up every day and just see filth every day. Them start to just see filth as a normal thing. It's like how we in Jamaica now, we get so hardened to hearing about murder. When we hear about one murder, we say, how that? How much man them kill? How much man, 5 man get shot, how much man dead? And the first thing that we get hard, coarse, disconnected. We're not connected to life and the source of that life. Because we don't even know the source. So we need to come back, I will call Sankofa. We need to go back and draw from and step up on the plate and recognize how serious the situation is. Very, very serious. You think it's not serious? It's very, very serious. Behind Iron Curtain, you know something? We want to heal up some people who listen to me at some fireplace. I talk about like Thailand. Yes, we want to heal up the cutting edge listeners who not really catch it sometime in the night, yeah. But go back on YouTube, go catch it. So we want to heal up the people them in Thailand who listen to the cutting edge. So, with their Pat Clark, here goes.
Welcome to Jamaican Roots and Culture. I'm Pat Clark. Harold George Belafonte Jr. was born on March 1st, 1927 to Caribbean immigrants. His mother worked as a dressmaker and a house cleaner, and his father served as a cook on merchant ships before leaving the family when Belafonte was a young boy. Belafonte spent much of his early years in Jamaica, his mother's native country. There, he saw firsthand the oppression of blacks by the English authorities, which left a lasting impression on him. Harry Belafonte returned to New York City's Harlem neighborhood in 1940 to live with his mother. They struggled in poverty, and Belafonte was often cared for by others while his mother worked. Dropping out of high school, Belafonte enlisted in the U.S. Navy in 1944. He returned to New York City after his discharge and was working as a janitor's assistant when he first attended a production at the American Negro Theater, AMT. Mesmerized by the performance, Belafonte volunteered to work for the AMT as a stagehand, eventually deciding to become an actor and later embarking on an impressive acting career. In 1947, Harry Belafonte landed his first recording deal. In the early 1950s, he began to sing folk songs from around the world and performed in such New York City clubs as the Village Vanguard. Belafonte continued to release albums into the 1970s, though his output slowed by the middle of the decade. On the big screen, Harry Belafonte enjoyed some success through his collaborations with longtime friend Sidney Poitier, including 1972's Buck and the Preacher and 1974's Uptown Saturday Night. Harry Belafonte also made numerous television appearances in the 1970s and 80s, including a guest spot on The Muppet Show, on which he sang some of his most popular songs. After a break, Belafonte returned to the big screen in the 1990s, first playing himself in the Hollywood insider flick The Player in 1992. In 1996, Belafonte starred in Kansas City in the role of a heartless gangster. He later starred in the 1999 political drama Swing Vote and appeared in 2006 Bobby, about the assassination of Robert F. Kennedy. Always outspoken, Harry Belafonte found inspiration for his activism from such figures as singer Paul Robeson and writer W.E.B. Du Bois. After meeting civil rights leader Martin Luther King Jr. in the 1950s, the two became good friends and Belafonte emerged as a strong voice for the movement. He provided financial backing for the Student Nonviolent Coordinating Committee and participated in numerous rallies and protests. Harry Belafonte helped organize the 1963 March on Washington, in which King delivered his famous "I Have a Dream" speech and met with the civil rights leader shortly before he was assassinated in 1968. During the mid-1960s, Belafonte also began supporting new African artists. He first met exiled South African artist Miriam Makeba, known as Mama Africa, in London in 1958, and together they won a Grammy for Best Folk Recording for their 1965 album. In the 1980s, Belafonte led an effort to help people in Africa. He came up with the idea of recording a song with other celebrities, which would be sold to raise funds to provide famine relief in Ethiopia. Written by Michael Jackson and Lionel Richie, We Are the World featured vocals by musical greats such as Ray Charles, Diana Ross, and Bruce Springsteen. The song was released in 1985, raising millions of dollars and becoming an international hit. Harry Belafonte has sometimes landed in hot water for his candidly expressed opinions. In 2006, he made headlines when he referred to President George W. Bush as the greatest terrorist in the world for launching the war in Iraq. He also insulted two prominent African-American members of the Bush administration, General Colin Powell and Condoleezza Rice, referring to them as house slaves. Despite media pressure, he steadfastly refused to apologize for his remarks. In regards to Powell and Rice, Belafonte said they were serving those who continued to design the oppression of black people. Harry Belafonte has achieved some of the highest honors possible over more than half a century in the public eye. He was a recipient of Kennedy Center Honors in 1989, the National Medal of Arts in 1994, and a Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award in 2000. Belafonte lives in New York City with his third wife, photographer Pamela Frank. The couple got married in 2008. And now, to end the Jamaican roots and culture, here is a wise quotation from the Black diaspora. The cost of liberty is less than the price of repression. W.E.B. Du Bois. For Jamaican Roots and Culture, I'm Pat Clark.
Yes, Pat Clark. And the IRFM Lifetime Achievement Awards goes to Harry Belafonte. Sir, I tell you, the two parents was Jamaican. I want to know that. I think we easy. I remember when they leak out against Colin Powell. As a matter of fact, Colin Powell, parents from Jamaica too. Yes. Two different sides of the coin. But, yeah, that man, Harry Belafonte, I remember some move where we see me from them days there. Yeah, man, that's very successful. He used to go to Woolman's too. Yeah, Harry Belafonte used to go to Woolman's. So it go. They never tell you that black beautiful. But still have some people who don't feel so neither. Given what we're doing to ourselves. it would appear that a lot of people now, especially those ladies with those false Chinese synthetic fibers in them head. Can you believe that? I hear some people are cuss bleaching people, you know, but I don't see no difference between somebody who are bleaching and somebody who are burn up them head, you know. I don't see no difference. I don't see no difference between somebody who bleach and somebody who burn up them head and cream out them head and have all these synthetic fibers hanging down at them shoulder. And them same one at turn, look at how them bleach up them skin. Then where the difference? It's all about looking different and how close you can look to Europeans. That is what it is all about. So, meanwhile you're throwing the stone over there, watch one don't lick you. If you live in a glass house, don't throw a stone.
Go.
Where bleach your face go? If you're black on the proud, let me hear you shout loud. Black on the proud, let me hear you say yeah. Black on the proud, let me hear you shout loud. Black on the proud, let me hear you say yeah. I wanna jump with pride. You belong to 12 tribe. Africa, you come from, skin color, nothing hide. Now I'm terrified where you reside. Them say we're inferior, but who fi decide? The white man lied. Then take we for a ride. Pon this layer plantation, me 4 parents died. And many years them cry for freedom. Them say I'm with knowledge and with wisdom. The tail must turn, the fire must burn. It's not what you save, it's what you earn. You have to act concerned, let the children learn. And live it upright, cause things get modern. Cause if you're black on the proud, let me hear you shout loud. Black on the proud, let me hear you say yeah. Black on the proud, let me hear you shout loud. Black on the proud, let me hear you say yeah.
Oh, why listen to this? Why listen to this keenly? Very important.
Good afternoon, friends. I've been trying to find a way to write about this, and I decided, you know what, I think I can do a better job speaking about it. So there's been a few incidents since I've been here in Jamaica. It's been 3 weeks of, I just love this country. I love the people. I love everything about it. But I just wanted to share with you, all week I was going to the marina to hang out and do my work and really enjoy the restaurant there, which is a beautiful space. It's part of a public marina that's all been refurbished. It's called the Errol Flynn Marina. And the restaurant has a swimming pool in it. And the swimming pool is for the people who come in on the boats from the marina. And they're all, so far, as I've seen, they've all been white people who swim and use the pool and use the restaurant and have drinks and food and so on. So all week I've been swimming in the pool. I don't have a boat. No one questioned that, of course, because my skin's white and I fit in. And I wasn't trying to get away with anything. In fact, the manager of the restaurant, who's Cuban, was so cool about everything. He said it was no problem for me to swim there. And I mean, it's just part of the restaurant, kind of, you know. It's the way they've set it up is really what I'm upset about. Well, actually, no. What I'm really upset about is what happened yesterday. So all week, so yesterday was Thursday, so that's the 4th day. So yesterday, I invited a friend of mine who's Black Jamaican, very dark, what you guys say, blue-black, you know, very dark-skinned Jamaican, to come there and meet me for a drink. So he came there, and he wasn't coming for a swim or anything like that. I was going to have a swim, and the security guard came up and told him that he has to tell me that the management says that I'm not allowed to swim in the pool. So he said, no, you need to tell her that, not me. That's not up to me to do that. So the security guard came and told me that, and I just was like, okay, because I knew that that was the rule. But I observed all week, and I did swim in the pool all week, and there was no problem. So I know that this changed because a Black person was with me in that bar. And there have been very, very few black people in the bar. So to me, it's one of those spaces. This is only my opinion and my observation, but I observe that the management of the Errol Flynn Marina, and I hope Michael Lee Chin hears this, it seems to me that they're trying to keep that space very white in a country of black people. And I'm very, very upset that they would, I don't care that they're calling on me to follow the rules. I'm cool with that. But I know the only reason they did that was because a black man was with me. So that's the part that I'm really calling out, you know. So then we left and went to the beach. They have a beach, what do they call it? Bikini Beach, to go swimming there. And it was 5 to 5, and the security guard came, a woman, and said, we can't swim there because they're locking the gates. So this is another thing now, this is another issue, but it's like, what are you talking about? How can you lock the beach? First of all, like, that was always a public space for people from Port Antonio have gone swimming in that area. We used to call it the Reef. And the first hotel that was ever built in Jamaica for tourism was the Reef at that area, which burnt down. And then we always went swimming at the Reef, and it was a public space. So now they've made this other beach they call Bikini Beach, and they lock it up at 5 o'clock. And I'm like, what in the heck is going on? Are you telling me that the people of Port Antonio can't go and swim in their own public area because somebody decided to lock a gate at 5 o'clock at night? That just doesn't make sense to me at all. And, you know, the sad thing is that hardly anybody is using that area because of all these rules. And I said to the security, like, this is Jamaica. What kind of rules are these? All these Jamaican rules. I've never heard of these rules before. What are you guys trying to do? I think you're trying to keep the public out of their own spaces. You're trying to keep that marina for the white people that come as tourists. And that is wrong. It's wrong, it's wrong, it's wrong. That space is a public space. That's for the people of Port Antonio. And if you want to have your little swimming pool for the rich white people that come in on their yachts and get drunk and try to, no, I'm going to stop. Okay, I'm not going to go there. Take that back. If you want to do that, then build the swimming pool somewhere else. Don't have it in the restaurant that we all want to use. That's the only place in that whole area where you can get changed or do anything where there's a washroom. All the other washrooms they've built and the other public buildings they've built are all totally run down and not being used. And I'm calling out the Jamaica Tourist Board and whoever's running this Errol Flynn Marina to smarten up and get these buildings fixed and start allowing the public to come back in and use their space. That space shouldn't just be for the white people that come in on boats, the rich white tourists that come from all over the world. No, this is for Port Antonio, for the people that live here. So that's it for today, and I'm glad I got that out, and I'd love to hear from you. I know there are other people, especially in mixed-race couples who are Jamaican, that experience this. The black partner gets interrogated and stopped and questioned, and you know, the white person just walks right through. We have all the privilege in the world. Nobody ever stops us. Nobody ever says a damn thing to us. So
you are listening to Mutabaruka.
Yeah, Muta, what I want?
Yeah.
Well, I'm there. I listen to the and what I want, you know.
Give thanks.
Yeah, man, give praises all the while, man. Bless up, man.
Alright, man.
I'm going to get a speech on the reparation thing there, boy. I tell you.
Which part?
Right on the radio before, man.
Oh, when the program that start?
Yes. You read the book there where Walter Rodney write about how Europe underdeveloped.
Yeah, man. From school I read that, man.
All right, sir.
At school I read them book, there, man.
But the man, them take the land, them take up the land, them use the French have them regime and them have black people like the them and them are black up against black to them own endeavors. And all this, but now them have a nerve. Me hear the speech they were there to with the man. And I talk with David Cameron, him come to Jamaica, come and talk about let bygones be bygones.
And them never make it back bygones.
Just in 1834, when them signed this abolition thing, them start to pay the slave owner them £20,000. You know, and it step up because down to what year them pay, them still pay money and them no want to pay we. The slavery. But most of them would like to ask one question. Suppose them decide that them are going to pay back the repatriation. How the funds would have distribute? I just government them are going to collect it.
No, well, it must be. Watch out. It's not the funds is not the main thing, you know.
Yeah.
So people think about money now and share up the money between people now and thing.
Okay.
It not gonna work that way there. If you go to get a black man a certain portion of money, and I see him go buy some she go buy some fingernail, and then where they are, him go buy one Clark's booty and.
Enlighten, we would like to enlighten the people and get more enlightenment about it, because right at least to pay back the slavery, the damage we've done, the damage we've done in that slavery, England would have to just give up England. French would have to just give up France. Dutch, Holland would have to just give up Holland. Portuguese would have to just give up Portugal and say, hey, black people, no can take them place and them riches and make us pay for man.
So where them go?
Eh?
Where them go?
Me don't know. They know them work. We live big like them.
Is that what where you can do it, cancellation of debt?
Yes.
Healthcare system, vamp it and start, afresh. Whole heap of things. Whole heap of system.
Yeah.
Certain things can be done. Whole heap of things.
Yeah, build some good school and all. Make poor people get the chance. A lot of bright people in Jamaica just with them poor,
Yeah.
I mean, in the Caribbean, in the black world.
Yeah.
Black people, well intelligent and well intelligent and well educated. But because of poverty,
just one chance.
Lack of self-esteem and all these things. Because I listened to what the woman just say a while ago about the pool and the marina.
Upper Portland there.
Yes. So one time I swim go over the island there, over the Navy Island there.
Yeah, we go over there already.
I swim.
We go over there already, man.
Free shark damn you. In 1981, I came here in back to Port Island.
No, I never swim go over there though, a boat, me take go over there.
So I move to the fan, but I play with on the bottom side, on the train, and you come here. And I tell me, we have one come down. The boat man to wait ticket. I got it place, and you sell ticket, and you man said, just go and turn up on the pier because this time it's so nice. Yeah. So the man drive back the boat, go back over the island, and take way up. So we go up over teach field there and go up on the little beach and teach field and swim class, we go right over on the island. But we did have 2 man draw down for one with a cutlass and one with a slingshot. So the elder man of the cutlass and the younger boy have the slingshot. So we talk about that and show them the boy with really want to see the island and so then. So then we say, them dog was too go out and we swim go back over after a while.
Yeah, we go over
there. Yeah, man, get places moved and just yell up there and, keep up the eye good works and place up on a bridge in the way the playboy there, I can't play. Where you get them music, the motor?
When we get them what?
The music, the children where you play at night time.
When we get them?
Yes. Can't be no still in the record shop. We can't buy them in the record shop there.
I don't know.
You see the man them sell them. You go play a CD or buy a CD or two for them, but they all start.
Most of them are people just see me and say, motor, why listen to that CD and see if you want to play it,
Yeah.
And then I have a big CD collection of my yard,
Yes, that's true, yes.
Enough CD and record.
Because you work, you do and that's the
yeah. All right, so give thanks.
No, I'll put it here, so I'm blessed up. I go and live.
Yeah, man, how is it? Yes. We're there with you, We are taking the call them. Here we go.
Yes, Motor.
Blessed.
Yeah, man, that piece of land over Portland where they live like I talked about a while ago.
Yeah.
It's a different piece of land off of Jamaica land. Because you say you swim go over there sometime. And
no, I never swim go over there. A boat, I take over the other youth.
You take a boat, go over there.
Yeah.
So, how them stop people from using the beach?
Well, like any other beach where you go right through to Negril, them put wall there and put fence there.
Then put wall there.
And fence, yeah.
Yeah. So
you know, one of them
illegal to stop somebody.
Eh?
It is illegal. It is legal for them to stop a person from using that.
I ain't not seen said legal. I ain't not seen said legal, but you don't know it go. The people have a hotel, them build a fence, there's them know why all nigga go up on the beach. And if you go up on the beach, or them say you're harass tourists and all them where they want to lock you up. More before
so in order for you to get over there, you have to either swim go over there or take a boat. Go over there.
No, I know watch out, the part over there where we are talking about a different thing now, you know, we are talking about actually Portland, so now, and Trelawney,
Negril.
All of the beach them right now. You hardly can find a public beach where you can, you see, it's in the other island them, you have to make a pathway to the beach, you know, because the beach is public thing.
I tell about Jamaica Public Beach. Tell me about Jamaica Public Beach.
Jamaica Public Beach and the whole of the beach them.
Right.
Yeah,
so
but
there's any
right
beach
in
in Jamaica where you can go on? There's any beach in Jamaica a security guard can stop it from going
all
on
of the beach
in
them where
Jamaica.
you say have hotel there, them stop you from go up on them. All of the beach
No,
them.
them can stop it from go through the hotel.
No, the beach. The beach.
But once there's a public thoroughfare to the beach, nobody can stop you.
Yeah, but when I try to show you, say, most of the beach, them now controlled by the hotel where the beach there. And them now have no thoroughfare for go there. So you have to walk through the property for go up on the beach. Most of them now have not build up them concrete structure and them wire fence. So you have, if you want to access the beach, you have to go through the hotel for go up on the beach, and that now is a problem. You know, see it? Them by right, them supposed to have access, the hotel, them supposed to have access to the beach for the public, but them don't do that. Some of them all build wall in the rotted sea. And put wait name the rope round it like say a swimming pool. Them a turn the sea in a swimming pool. If you go and niggle it, some of them do it. Put thing round it that them a mark out that spot there. Say you see that is what for me one. You know, see them don't want to no nigga out swim this so. You know, see it appear white people have forgot this so. So them say if you're not part of the hotel, if you know, it's like them I tell you, say, you know, you have some hotel where you're going to the lobby and them say nobody's allowed on the hotel. The room them with the guests them. And that them I tell me now, so we can't go up on the beach, and most of the beach them now take up by hotel. Terrible. Virgin gone. Yeah, it's a terrible thing. And it's a situation where we are looked upon for how much years now, and I say, but wait. Every time they build up a hotel, Jamaican people lose a beach. Every time they build up a hotel, the only place right now, we left in a Jamaica where me see people can access beach, I down a Treasure Beach. Because when we down there, you have a place down there now where no house never there, you know. And some people come there from foreign and build house there, but guess what? Anytime you want to go to the beach, you have access to the beach. It's the only place right now when we say people build up place and you still have access to the beach is down at Treasure Beach. All the other places them where me go, from Negril to Morant Beach, from Negril to Portland, down at Ochi so. It's amazing that the hotel them just take up the whole of the beach, them go right down. Some place when me just start come and watch it, we used to just go down there, go swim and them thing. You can't do that again. And them take away the beach from you, and them a box we in. It's like them build a wall around the island. I keep we in, or keep say them a keep out somebody, but them a keep in the whole away. Terrible thing. Cutting Edge, IRFM, there with you.
Hello?
Yeah, blessed.
Yes. I'm on here now?
Yeah, man, you're on the air, man.
Yeah, man. I wanted to speak to you really about what when you were speaking to Mark Shields a few weeks ago, but what basically I'm going to say about that beach thing, I suppose they're keeping in line with Errol Flynn, because Errol Flynn was a known racist.
Yeah.
So they'll call it the right name. He shoot 2 black people, as far as I know, in his lifetime. Errol Flynn was a racist, so I suppose they keep it in line with that. Yeah. But and the reparations thing, if they're going to give the money to the Jamaican government, it doesn't make sense because the people's not going to see it.
But
because they're so corrupt. They're not going to see it.
The money is not the main issue.
No, but the Jamaica government like to exploit things for themselves and share it amongst their family and friends.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work if they're going to give it to them.
Yeah.
It wouldn't work. It wouldn't work. It's going to be the same thing, and then they're going to then the white people are going to say, "What are you complaining about? We've paid you reparations, so don't complain."
Yeah.
You know, but otherwise, what I really called to speak to you about is the Mark Hughes thing when he was speaking to you a few weeks ago about certain things. I mean, that man is no role model to speak to speak anything about crime in Jamaica, because in England where I am,
you know, it's a radio station here, you know, and we're not going to allow you to libel the radio station by talking about a man where we can't prove what you're going to say.
No, I'm not. He was talking about the crime. I was talking about the crime.
Because you're going to tell me now why I'm not a role model. You know.
I was just saying, like, there's lots of stabbings in Jamaica, in England, and Scotland Yard can't solve that.
No.
Scotland Yard can't solve lots of crimes that's taking place in Britain. Yeah. The amount of miscarriage of justice, what happens in Britain, and Scotland Yard can't solve it.
Yeah.
Scotland Yard can't solve lots of crime, and also things that happen to black people in Britain. Since 1969, there have been over 827 people died in police custody.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
from Scotland, from Scotland Yard.
Smiley culture.
That's right. He died in his own house. Yeah. Otherwise, from that, the amount of murders that take place and miscarriage of justice, where the British police have to pay over millions, what Scotland Yard cannot solve.
Oh, so yes, Mark Shield is not a person who can talk, clean up your yard before you come clean up a brother.
Exactly, because even when he came to Jamaica, the first blunder is that cricket manager who was a manager for Pakistan, that white man, they said the man was murdered, and that wasn't true, and that made Jamaica look like a laughing stock.
Yeah, I remember that.
You know, and also he said that must hire. Be like Grace Kennedy, you hire foreign policemen and pay them. Jamaica haven't got the money to hire foreign police.
Jamaica,
they don't have it.
Still, I just not if we want to hire foreign police, but Jamaica have the money.
But they can't afford it.
Oh, Jamaican government can't afford anything, man.
But they wasted it on him. They paid him $120,000 a year, and he didn't solve any crime. Yeah. Plus, he had his driver, his cook.
All right, so you tell me where you think should have happened?
Is the Jamaican police what they have to work with what they've got.
No,
they have to work with what they've got.
Jamaican police corrupt bad, so tell me what them should have do.
Well, so is the British police corrupt.
No, we're not talking about the British police now. May I ask you, where we should have do then in a Jamaica, given our situation, what should we do as part of the situation?
What they should do is they've got no choice. They have to use what they've got. They have to use what they've got.
And they have to use what they've got. By doing what with it? By doing what with what them use? Do what? By doing
all they do is get rid of the corrupt police, but bringing in other people from other countries can't change it. They just want to show them a bit more respect.
Yeah, wait now, but you had show me something where them not supposed to do. Tell me where them supposed to do.
Get rid of some of the corruptible police. The corruptible police.
Just get you that.
Everybody know who they are.
Yeah, all right. So now, a three policemen made an interview, you know. And the three
Adams man is a killer. He's dangerous.
Oh?
Adams he's too rough.
Wait now, man. Listen to me, I say. A three policemen me interview, and the three of them right cross say them should have get rid of the corrupt police them in the force. So that is one thing. Get rid of the corrupt police in the force. And then what?
It's very difficult because, frankly, basically, the whole complete system is corrupt, because if you want to get a driving license, you have to pay for that. They want to clean it up first, because lots of those people who's driving cars, they shouldn't have a license. That's the first thing. All the examiners, them who I know, they're all rich.
All right. So that is what is happening. So tell me what should happen. I mean, we're getting the police.
What should happen?
Corrupt police, what we don't know after. If you ever get you the corrupt police force, then no crime is solved.
Not only that, they only want to show the people them respect. They want to respect the people them as well. Show people respect, because sometimes the police are so corrupt because they pay so cheap.
Okay.
They need to pay them more money. So if they're going to hire somebody and squander their money and pay them in foreign exchange, they're going to bring their cook and their family and everybody else. That's not good.
Brethren.
They pay them too cheap.
You're going back to the foreign thing. That means they must pay the police more money then.
Yeah, they need to pay them more money, yeah. Okay. They need to pay them more. They need to pay them more money. Because, like you said, Jamaica's got money. So if they got money, then they must pay the people more money.
They never find the money for it. Anything where they want. Huh? Anything where the government want, though, they must find the money for it. Because them find money.
Yes, well, they've got the money, can do it. Only one thing, they don't print their own money, so they have to wait to the royal. They have to wait to a Majesty's government give them a certain amount of money each year to buy.
How much $1 billion pan election or the other day? They spend 600 million pan chopping bush pan road. Them can't find the money to do it. Anything they want.
Well, they must pay them more. They must pay them more money.
Okay.
And they must use their own. They must use their own people. As you were saying, that they have to come at the office and go out on the street. How things is fine. They could go out on the street sometimes and go in the office. They don't have to hire any civil servant to do anything like that. That is load of nonsense.
Okay.
They don't have to use nonsense. They've got enough police to use what they've got.
Them not have enough police.
They don't have
to.
Want
more police, man. They want more police. Trust me, they want more police. Anyway, give thanks still, brethren.
Yeah,
so
all
how
right.
long you leave England now? How long you left England?
Huh?
How long you leave England?
I've been here all my life. But I've been to Jamaica a million times. I even know you as well. I know you.
No, wait, now, I know that. May I ask you, how long you left England? Man.
But I go and come regularly, so I'm back and forth. I'm back and forth. But you know, I just had to call because, like I said, the British police are no role model for Jamaica. No, they're bad people.
Definitely not.
They're bad people.
Them is one of the most racist set of police I know.
Rated.
Yeah, man.
You in the movies.
No, not in a movie. Real life.
No, man, it's not true.
Them no racist.
Well, Google it then. Look what miscarriage of justice Scotland Yarders did, and that Trident people. Do you know how much black people they've shot?
No, wait. What me said to you a while ago? Hold on.
Trident people.
Hold on. What me said to you a while ago?
You said one of the most rated.
No, I never said that, man. I say.
Yeah.
The police in England is one of the most racist set of police.
Racist. Oh, sorry, racist. Yes.
Yeah, racist.
Yes, exactly. Racist. They are racist. Oh, and another thing, there was a policeman called, is it Philip Green? He ended up getting a knighthood from the Majesty of the Queen, and now he's in the Bahamas somewhere. So it benefits them when it comes to Jamaica, because they get their knighthood, then they get their nice pension, and then they can get as much Jamaican women as possible for free.
Well, Green did say the police them in Jamaica on go listen to white officers rather than them own officer were black. Green did say when them there.
Well, that's not really true. That's because they don't really get the chance to kind of. It's not really true, really. It's not really true.
It's true.
It's not really true.
It's true.
It's not really true because they're
black people.
It's not really true.
Black people in Jamaica respect white people more than black people in the same power base. If a white man in a power and a black man in the same situation, the black man in Jamaica respect the white man more.
Yeah, but what? Like you.
No, I
know somebody using up your women and don't like you and disrespect you as a human being.
Why black people show respect to white people more than them own?
Yeah, why? To neo-Nazi people, lots of them are neo-Nazi, these white people. They're Nazis. They hate black people. Where black people is inferior to them.
You know. So
why you wanna like somebody who's inferior, who looks like you're inferior? That is stupidness.
Yeah, them take a poll in Jamaica, and most Jamaicans say they would have preferred if the Queen was still ruling Jamaica.
But she still is.
No, you understand what I say, man? I talk about.
Yeah, but she still. Oh, can I ask you one particular question?
Yeah.
In England, right, in Parliament, the Speaker of the Parliament said he's not going to wait a week. So why do Jamaican speaker have to wear the wig, the porno child? Why do they have to wear the wig if England don't wear it?
No, brethren, I know that me just said to you a while ago.
I know, but I'm just saying that if they're not under the British, why do they have to wear the wig?
Most Jamaican
the speaker don't wear it.
Say,
yeah,
they would prefer if them under the rule of the Queen.
But they're under the Queen, so they must be happy with that.
Vietnam, man, the rule of the Queen.
Yes, sir.
No, it's not the same way as it was before 62. You understand? It's a different thing.
Well, it's modernized. It's undercover.
No, I don't have to tell you it's a different thing.
Yeah, but it's still there. She's still there. She's still the Queen.
I say she's not there, you know. I don't have to tell you, say, it's not the same way. All right,
well, lots of things is not the same way, but she's still around, and she's still the head of state.
We have to move. We have to move. All right?
Yeah.
All right. Ill?
Hello? Hello?
Ill?
Are you talking to me, Muta?
Yeah, may I talk to you?
Oh my God, it's like talking to Michael Jackson. I listen to you every night.
It's like
every
talking
night.
to Michael Jackson.
Yes,
really?
You're like my idol. I really look up to you. I like
somebody like that, Michael Jackson.
I like your thought process. I like your movement. I like how you're always looking out for women. I'm actually a nurse. I listen to you when I go to work at night on YouTube. They call me Beaver Boots at work.
Where you calling from?
Hello?
Where you calling from?
Fort Lauderdale.
Okay, Fort Lauderdale, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So you never involved in the shooting at the school the other day?
Well, it was mainly the sister hospital. I work at the one downtown. It was the north branch that received most of the injury.
Okay. Okay, so none of the people them never come to your hospital?
I'm not really sure because I work on the cardiac unit.
Okay.
So it'd probably be like the ICU and the ER nurse would probably know more about that, but I'm not really sure.
Yeah. So when you get enough time to listen to Continent, man.
Oh yeah, when I sit down to church at night, you're in one of my ears. Yeah. But I love what you're doing and keep doing what you
May the 19th, Malcolm X's birthday.
Where?
Well, you find out. I don't know it's where yet. I just get booked for the date, so I don't know exactly where, but I know it's somewhere near there, so. And I know it's Malcolm X's birthday that time, May the 19th.
Awesome.
Yeah, so you can.
I'll definitely try to get that day off so I could come and actually probably meet you in person.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, man, give thanks.
All right.
Yes, Fort Lauderdale. You know, so we're going to Connecticut next week. Yes, all right. I could say this really do want to play, you know. I could see if I can find it for play it. Yeah, here goes. Wow, wait there.
Africans to seek to regain their independence from the colonial masters. Africans will remind us that we were first enslaved, that Africans were taken, and this we seldom say, the first civilization to take Africans out of this continent were the Arabs. And they took Africans from the eastern coast. And it's sad that in that part of the world, there are not many Africans who remained, because it was in the business of the Arab enslaver to castrate Africans. We never say that, but we must say it because it is historically significant. Then the Europeans came, the Portuguese came, the Spaniards came, the Germans came, the French came, the Belgians. Africa became the hunting ground for the European colonizers, and we were the spot. We built, our ancestors built the United States of America. Our ancestors built Europe. And when slavery had lost its shine and sheen. The Europeans abolished it, but they replaced it with yet another pernicious enterprise, the colonization of Africa. The Europeans sat in Berlin, in Germany, in 1884, and they looked at the map of Africa and puzzled it out. The British had their share, the Germans had their share, and Tanzania or Tanganyika was their share, and Burundi. The Spaniards were Johnny-come-latelys in the arena, and they got little Equatorial Guinea and Southwest Africa. The French were here, the Portuguese were here, and we were colonized. This time round, they did not take us away. They came here, and they controlled us, and they told us, not in so many words, that we were children of a lesser God. And we were treated as if we were children of a lesser God. In fact, they told us that on the day of creation, we were merely hewers of wood and drawers of water. And if anybody were to doubt it in 1948, and when Hendrik Verwoerd instituted the apartheid regime in South Africa. But yet there is a sense in which the God that we worship never sleeps. The colonial enterprise ran its course, and the European tribes, the Europeans never called themselves tribes, they called them nations, were engaged in a war. First in 1918, the European tribes fought. And they had something called the League of Nations, which died. Then they fought again in 1945. And what is unique about the European nations is that when they are engaged in tribal wars, they call them world wars. So there was another war between 1939 and 1945. And after that, a new kid on the block, the United States of America, took the lead in saying that colonialism was something that was undesirable. But at that time, Africans were never quiet. Those who had been taken out had already started agitating. Many of us here will remember Marcus Garvey, of whom Bob Marley says, Garvey was a buffalo soldier in the heart of America. And many of us will remember W.E.B. Du Bois. Many of us will remember that they started agitating that Africans must regain their dignity and their independence. And indeed, in 1847, in Liberia, a small brought back in Monrovia, and Liberia became the first independent black nation in the continent of Africa. So soon thereafter in Sierra Leone, they also created yet another colony. But Africa was colonized, except Ethiopia, which they tried to take in 1938 and exiled Professor Dr. Haile Selassie, and unfortunately they were defeated, as you remember, in the Battle of Adwa. Africa can defeat European tribes. This history is necessary that we are able to appreciate the freedom that we gained. So that Garvey came, W.E.B. Du Bois came, but there was another crop after the 1900s had the advantage of European education. And there were people in Europe also who are beginning to recognize that indeed equality was necessary. And this was not anything new. In 1776 in the United States of America, the American state sitting in Philadelphia in the United States of America declared unto themselves that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few years later in France, after the revolution, they also recognized that we were to be equal, so that the colonized nations which had now taken Africans thought that they were safe. They had taken Leopold Sédar Senghor from Senegal, thought that they were creating a little Frenchman. Little did they know that they were creating somebody who would want to overthrow them. They took Félix Houphouët-Boigny from Côte d'Ivoire, and they thought that they were creating somebody who would be subservient to them. They took Ahmed Sékou Touré and Modibo Keïta, and they thought they were safe. Little did they know that they were creating the future leaders and agitators against French colonization. And it did not stop there. The Portuguese also took Agostinho Neto and Amilcar Cabral and Eduardo Mondlane to Lisbon. Little did they know that those individuals would be the catalyst that would be necessary in the process of decolonization. The British also had their fair share. They took others. They took Mwalimu Kambarage Nyerere, Hastings Kamuzu Banda, Kenneth David Kaunda, and many others to the matter. Little did they know that those would be the individuals who sometimes later, and in Ghana, of course, they took the Osagyefo, Kwame Nkrumah, and in Nigeria, they took Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe, Abubakar Tafawa Balewa, and Sir Ahmadu Bello, the Sultana of Sokoto. There is a sense, therefore, in which these individuals started recognizing that having been enslaved, having been colonized, we now had to liberate ourselves. And the agitation started. And Kwame Nkrumah and his Ghana acquired independence in 1957. And I still can hear Kwame Nkrumah through the vicissitudes of time saying in Accra, Ghana, that Ghana is free and will never colonize again. But the freedom of Ghana means nothing if the rest of Africa is not free.
Continent with Mutabaruka. We are listening to our laments. You know here. Continent. The end. The end.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well, give a thanks to the tape, you know.
Eh?
I want to talk then a while ago.
I read name Lumumba out of Kenya.
The man is still alive.
Yeah, man. Them live out, man.
Give a thanks, sister. One voice kind of girl in the motor.
Want your voice?
A cool voice that go round, you know.
Oh, cool. It'll go round?
Yeah, for people that lick them with some flu vibes, you know.
Okay, all right.
Some of them are a natural remedy, right?
Eh?
That's a natural remedy.
Me?
Yeah, right off of the top of your head.
That cold still. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, me give thanks. Say, I highlight, say, all the people who are up on the North Coast.
Yeah.
And over the West Coast. Comparison to Wagwan at Treasure Beach. You highlight that. Because you have beachfront property. The people them can still have access to the beach. You understand? There's a form of segregation that way you don't allow that.
It's not only segregation, but it's depriving people of them human rights with access to beach properties. Is a, I don't know how them do it. I don't know how the government of Jamaica keep allowing it. You know, I don't know.
You know, me say that other Caribbean countries, you can't own the beachfront property.
No, you have access to the beach. If go to certain place, man, certain little island, I mean, Even look at Colonial one in Barbados there. Colonial Barbados, you have access to the beach.
Little England.
Yeah, you know.
And anytime they want to change up anything, them vote and it change.
Yeah. Me frightened to see the man them build wall, some hotel have build concrete wall in the water, you know.
And they have environmental authorities when they do nothing about that.
No,
that can't right for the environment.
No, they don't do nothing about it.
Refreshing view, sister, a while ago, Rasta.
Eh?
Refreshing view, sister, a while ago.
Yeah, you know.
I come on, voice, me I go.
The voice I go, man.
A while ago. I do shit upon our work.
Oh, you mean from Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah.
Where's about her?
Refreshing view,
yeah.
And it in global, you know, the supervisor, motor.
Yeah.
Just go and do your thing and
come like
wish me that so feel like you.
You have stress the voice.
Alright, then come on.
Yeah, man, I say, give thanks for the call in your voice and still believe you. Alright, sir. Yeah, when you see a man in that position there and call the radio show, you know, say, things are going for the program, man. Believe you me. Alright, and this one I'm playing because if you find the right one, you know. The one who say him sue the government, him sue the school. Alright. I want the people them listen to this, you know. Listen very keenly. Because I have to go play it tomorrow again too, because trust me.
Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today on trial we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down.
All right, I've started over. This brethren is having a trial and him is trying the school system. That is where I do. He might try the school, him carry the school system to court. I try them for all the things them do. So listen.
Albert Einstein once said, everybody's a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Now we have modern day schooling. Glad you could come. Not only does he make fish climb trees, but also makes them climb down and do a 10-mile run. Tell me, school, are you proud of the things you've done? Turning millions of people into robots, do you find that fun? Do you realize how many kids relate to that fish? Swimming upstream in class, never finding their gifts, thinking they are stupid, believing they are useless? Well, the time has come, no more excuses. I call school to the stand and accuse him of killing creativity, individuality, and being intellectually abusive. He's an ancient institution that has outlived his usage. So, Your Honor, this concludes my opening statement, and if I may present the evidence of my case, I will prove it.
Proceed.
Exhibit A. Here's a modern-day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today, and here's a car from 150 years ago. Right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today, and here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now, ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed. Yet you claim to prepare students for the future? But with evidence like that, I must ask, do you prepare students for the future or the past? I did a background check on you and let the record show that you were made to train people to work in factories, which explains why you put students in straight rows, nice and neat, tell them sit still, raise your hand if you want to speak, give them a short break to eat, and for 8 hours a day, tell them what to think. Oh, and make them compete to get an A, a letter which determines product quality, hence grade A of meat. I get it. Back then, times were different. We all have a past. I myself am no Gandhi. But today, we don't need to make robot zombies. The world has progressed. And now we need people who think creatively, innovatively, critically, independently, with the ability to connect. See, every scientist will tell you that no two... Every parent with 2 or more children will confirm that claim. So please explain why you treat students like cookie cutter frames or snapback hats, giving them this one-size-fits-all crap.
Watch your language.
Sorry, Your Honor, but if a doctor prescribed the exact same medicine to all of his patients, the results will be tragic. So many people will get sick, yet when it comes to school, this is exactly what happens. This educational malpractice, where one teacher stands in front of 20 kids, each one having different strengths, different needs, different gifts, different dreams, and you teach the same thing the same way? That's horrific. Ladies and gentlemen, the defendant should not be acquitted. This may be one of the worst criminal offenses ever to be committed. And let's mention the way you treat your employees.
Objection. Overruled. I want to hear this.
It's a shame. I mean, teachers have the most important job on the planet, yet they're underpaid? No wonder so many students are short-changed. Let's be honest. Teachers should earn just as much as doctors and save the life of a kid. But a great teacher can reach the heart of that kid and allow him to truly live. See, teachers are heroes that often get blamed, but they're not the problem. They work in a system without many options or rights. Curriculums are created by policymakers, most of which have never taught a day in their life. Just obsessed with standardized tests. They think bubbling in a multiple choice question will determine success. That's outlandish. In fact, these tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned, but don't take my word for it. Take Frederick J. Kelly, the man who invented standardized testing, who said, and I quote, "These tests are too cruel to be used and should be abandoned." Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, if we continue down this road, the results will be lethal. I don't have much faith in school, but I do have faith in people. And if we can customize healthcare, cars, and Facebook pages, then it is our duty to do the same for education, to upgrade and change and do away with school spirit, because that's out of each and every student. That should be our task. No more Common Core. Instead, let's reach the core of every heart in every class. Sure, math is important, but no more than art or dance. Let's give every gift an equal chance. I know this sounds like a dream, but countries like Finland are doing impressive things. They have shorter school days. Teachers make a decent wage. Homework is non-existent, and they focus on collaboration instead of competition. But here's the kicker, boys and girls. Their educational system outperforms every other country in the world. Other places like Singapore are succeeding rapidly. Schools like Montessori, programs like Khan Academy, there is no single solution. But let's get moving, because while students may be 20% of our population, they are 100% of our future. So let's attend to their dreams, and there's no telling what we can achieve. This is a world in which I believe, a world where fish are no longer climb trees. I rest my case.
REFM, thought-provoking, always smoking, lyrics like a bazooka. You are listening to Mutabaruka.
Yeah, Muta.
Blessed man, why you know, man?
Well, everything is everything. And thing, the snowy conditions here, the beast from the east, as they call it, the weather, cool weather.
Snow up there now? Snow up there now?
Yes, man. Heavy, man. From about 2 days ago, they call it the beast from the east. Weather coming in from Siberia and Russia.
What?
Yes, and there have been several deaths on the motorways because of the weather conditions and so on. A lot of schools have been closed.
Yeah,
people not able to go to work and so on. I tell you something, it's the most snow that I've seen since the 1970s when I was a civil engineering student here.
Me and Omar come up there, you know.
Yes, I know. As you told me, you know, and I know some of the people. I know the people involved. You know, I haven't heard from them. They know me from years ago. You know, from in the 70s. You know,
a good people, right? A good people, them.
I know them. You know.
All right,
I know them.
You have to say that then.
All right. And thing. I want to yell up Castro Brown too, you know, Regina and thing. But last week, there was a hunger strike at the detention center in Yarlswood, which is near in the Bedford area, you know, Luton side, where some Jamaican are involved, Jamaican women are involved, because a detention center for people who are kept there because they say they're not legally entitled to be in the country.
Okay.
But the thing about it is that, alarmingly, you have a lot of Jamaicans and other people too who have been here from the 1960s, came here as little children, and they came, in a lot of cases, they didn't have their own passport, they were on their parents' passport, you know, that type of situation, or they lost their passports that they came on, so they are not able to prove by way of a passport that they have indefinite leave to live in the country, to remain in the country, and so on. And so there have been some horror stories where they have been arrested and detained and put in these centers to be deported to Jamaica, even though they have spent most of their life working in this country, going to school in this country, legally, and paying taxes.
That happen everywhere, you know, that happening in Israel. You know that, I mean.
Yes, and I tell you something, it's a racist thing, because even when the people provide slips, wage slips, and other forms of documentation to show that they have been working legally and paying taxes, because they don't have the passport, like they either lost it or the passport was on their parents or somebody's, and those passports no longer exist. They use that as an excuse to detain them. And in fact, I was the one who made the Jamaican High Commission here aware of this hunger strike last week at Yarlswood. It's a serious, serious situation.
Yes,
you know? Yes, people who have been here, like they're in the 50s now, late 50s, and they came here when they're 6, 8 years old. You know what I'm saying? And this is why I am on this case, you know, to assist with the High Commissioner and Deputy High Commissioner, you know, Ramakan and Rose Howell, to make sure that these people are not deported, you know, because they have been here legally. Very, very vicious form of racism, you know.
By the way, you hear about the reparation thing where the government of England, through the Treasury, was paying a loan, paying it off for the money that was given
up until virtually now.
2015, February 2015, them finished.
Yes, the Treasury, yes. What a state of affairs, a scandalous, racist state of affairs, and of course we, the descendants, ancestors, nothing.
Yeah, and but of fact, them halfway paying, because you know the taxes to the Treasury Department.
Yes, our taxes paying them, yes, of course.
The slave them are pay money for them own demise.
Precisely, you know, we the descendants of those Africans who were enslaved through our taxes, paying these, the descendants of these racist bloodsuckers.
Yeah.
And what happened, you know, it was really meant to come out, you know, but you know the Almighty Creator have a way for work things out that the Treasury came up with it, and people picked up on it and realized that this was what was happening.
You know, Cameron, who Fim family was part of this.
Involved, yes. One of his family was a soldier in Jamaica in the racist British Imperialist Army, yes.
He's a
guy who said, you know, that because he and his generation never enslaved our ancestors, then we should want to have reparations. But at the same time as this shows, they're still benefiting.
Them never forget about it.
Precisely.
Up to 2015, them still did not deal with it.
But you see, Cameron and others like him only want us to forget about it because it's to their advantage for us to forget about it. And this is why reparations is a must. And for those of our African people at home and abroad who talking about, some of our people who are miseducated talking about we're not supposed to want no reparations and that type of thing, and it's begging, which is a lie and so. This is further evidence to miseducate.
Having British governments conniving and cheeky, as Khan told them what I said.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, man, always to benefit them. And I noticed that President Mugabe has broken his silence and said that he was removed unconstitutionally, and also he had a vice president, Joyce Majuro, whose husband was one of the military leaders of the ZANU-PF, army in the Chimurenga thing. He had sacked her a few years ago and accused her of trying to overthrow him and so on. And he has had meetings with her and some other people.
Yeah.
Yes, so I am glad that he has broken his silence, And of course we know we're coming up sometime this year in Zimbabwe, so it is very interesting to see how this is. And another explosive...
Them just bury the opposition leader, so I don't know how that will work out.
Huh?
Them just bury the opposition leader.
Well, no, man, it will work out because he was that opposition leader was an agent of the British, Morgan Tsvangirai.
Yeah.
An agent was financed by the British and the Americans of the MDC, But you have other people who are pro-President Mugabe, and thing, who they are opposed to this present thing. So I will definitely keep you posted where that is concerned. But talking about next door, South Africa now, at long last, a brother from the PAC by the name of Sam MPEPA, he and I got in touch recently, and he has supplied me with the names of the PAC, Pan-Africanist Congress prisoners, who are still in prison in South Africa.
Mandela.
Yes, Mandela free and the other ANC thing, but PAC, Pan-Africanist Congress, prisoners of war are still in prison in South Africa from those times as I speak. And he has supplied me with the names, and he has asked me to publicize their case to fight to get them free. And I will email you as I have emailed other people. I'll send you the names and the situation. But so that is what I am about. I have been sent. I just got the names from him. And for some years I've been PAC people. But the PAC has been infiltrated, just like how the UNIA and the ACL of Marcus Garvey was infiltrated, the Black Panther Party, and any revolutionary organization, you always have the enemies of infiltrators. But I'm glad that brother Sam Peter has provided me with the names.
We have to move now. We have to move.
Yes, okay. So keep on doing and hail up to the two brethren who hailed me up 2 weeks ago, because Muta, I have to support what you are doing, because without you and without Andrea Kabu doing what she do on a Sunday, there are no other African programs in the island of Jamaica.
Yeah, blessed Muta.
Yeah, man.
2 questions now. The general called earlier about the cricketer. Can you tell me what was the outcome of that case?
The person who called about the what?
The cricketer.
Which cricketer?
Remember that cricket guy that said dead in Jamaica or something like that?
Oh, you know, they don't tell up how it name.
Yeah. What was the outcome of that case?
I don't know. We never hear no more about it again.
Alright.
Them come and tell with him, I don't know.
Boy. Alright, another thing. The school system. You notice that this, well, you said the principal, them, I'll lock all the kids in my morning. Can something be done about that? Because I realize you're locking out the kids, them. Regardless of the situation, you're locking them out. Where are they going to go? Most of the time you see them up on the road, especially the young girls.
At the mall.
All over the place. I mean, it's ridiculous. We're locking out the kids out of school. Take them and put them.
The man get cut off. The cut off, they sound away though. The cut off, they really sound away, trust me. Alright, sir. I tell you.
Yes, sir. I don't know what happened. Get cut off.
I don't know what happened either.
The phone bug. Yes, sir. I said, with the school system now. I mean, I said, they need to do something better with the school system, boss.
The lockout business.
Yeah, man, I joke thing, man. I say, my parents, I go work every morning and pass the student, them. Why you lock out the people, them are losing education? I mean, do something, man. Carry them in the auditorium, you want to punish them, put them in the auditorium and punish them that way there. You know, you can't lock out the people in the motor school.
Yeah, a long time. Them used to do it.
No, man, they need to change, man. They need to change motor.
So you think them should take them in and put them in the auditorium?
Yes, man. Look, something, man. You can't put the people and leave them out the road. Anything can happen out the road.
Yeah, I want to say anything happen out the road too.
All right.
Anything happen out the road, trust me.
And the little younger one, them like the future, we have to protect them the best way we can.
Yeah, man. Give thanks.
Yeah, man.
Irie?
Yes, man. I don't know, boy. The system is boy. Boy.
System is a fraud.
Therefore, I'm just up there and there continue doing work, you know, because 42 years now and I love the thing, boy.
Yeah, man. Give
continue
thanks.
working.
Yeah, give thanks.
Yeah, man. Blessed.
Yes. Yeah.
Bless up.
Blessed.
Yeah, man. I'm seeing the paper today, so I'm going to buy up my credit from early and see me have to heal, you know?
You see me in the paper today?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Rastafari.
Oh, yeah? Oh, I put you in motion.
Yes, man.
Okay.
Seeing your big old blue shirt, like you like a blue color, you know?
My big old blue shirt. Oh, you know said old?
Because you know, say for a long time, days, Bob Marley drive a blue Land Rover, so...
No, what you know say the shirt me have on a old shirt.
You know, when me say old, man, me know you have gold on them or something there.
What you mean when you say old? Tell me.
Huh?
Tell me, it's you, me not Jamaican, no, me don't understand the Jamaican terminology, you know. So tell me when you say old, what you mean?
Me say blue is a favorite color for a long time.
No, when you say old blue shirt, tell me what you mean when you say old. Why you never do say blue shirt? Just mean I'm a blue shirt.
Blue as a old time, long time thing. Because we born come see color blue, so a long time me there.
Then you know born come see red too.
Yeah, man. So if I did red, I say same old red shirt. Everything good though.
Of course.
You mean, man?
Yeah, man.
I'm not sleep when I listen to the program. I'm saying I have to call in and make you know.
Tell me about my old blue shirt.
Huh?
You can't tell me about my old blue shirt.
Yeah, man. I say me seeing at the papers, you know.
Yeah, so where you have to sit down for an old what?
Oh, yeah. You check film color so good, you know.
You never have an old white shirt?
No.
Okay.
Me check film color so good. I mean, I see I get popular like Bob Marley, you know.
Me I get popular like Bob Marley?
Yeah, man.
Eh?
You want to say when I come down in the papers and they all about, man, you know,
Are the first you see me in the paper?
No, man, all the while, man. Me have all
you have to tell me I get popular like Bob Marley because me in a paper. Oh, you talk to wrong side.
Hang up in my house.
You hang up me in your house now?
Long time, man.
You see that problem that no fair you go hang me in your house?
So me not have you and me have you, the whole area from team.
So you frame me too? You frame me too?
Frame me up?
Yeah.
You don't have a problem, man. You're a star, you know, man.
No, but if you hang me in your house, that means you'll frame me in your house too.
You say you're a star, man. You're big on the Black Star Line, man.
Thanks.
You're good, though.
Yeah, oh, you mean, man? Be good now that me hear you, be good, yes?
Yeah, one more I can so Aki come give for Marcus Garvey next celebration.
Yeah, why you gonna keep that from now till August?
Huh?
You keep the Aki from now till August?
No man, me have one Aki tree where my brother have always up. Me get Aki every day, you know, man.
Then where you wait till August, so why not bring it now?
Somebody no want to see me up there, no. No up here, you know.
Which part you there? Which part you there?
They're Hartford, man, Westmoreland.
You there Hartford, Westmoreland?
Man.
Okay.
They always come look for you for the Peter touch thing and Carbo.
Yeah, Westmoreland, yeah. But
poet,
let's
man, you know
stop
a poet, we always say, all right, do a one poet and go on through.
Yeah, all right, when me go and jokes with you, Aki, then I wait till August.
Yeah, man, me a carry me in for you on the celebration thing.
All right, so give thanks, yeah?
Yeah, man, bless up.
Yeah, Irie. Yeah,
Motor,
yeah,
teacher.
blessed man.
Morning, man.
Morning.
Teacher, you know, sir, we have two problems, teacher.
Two problems?
Yes, man.
Well,
one is that the black people never seem to interact with daily. Blacker than me.
Yeah.
And if you tell them, say, yo, you know, say you're African. No, sir. I'm not African, I'm Jamaican.
They never go Africa yet, so they're not African.
They want African, and I say, you know,
some students.
when you see a China man, you call them China man.
They
They
never
come
go
from
to China
China.
yet.
They never got China, but he was a Chinese. They identify as Chinese.
Yeah.
You see the white man, you know, say, European.
There's an irony of the situation with African people in Jamaica. Them hard
Them cost me all the while. Cost me all the while, man.
Yeah, it's terrible.
And another thing now, the idea of at an Indian shop, then the Indian in there is and some black virgin. And the Indian talk about the people and we worship this man in the sky. The Indian say, oh, no man in the sky. And me take it on and I say, virgin, I'm mad, it's not talking. When you really believe that man in the sky, the man say, I mean, Jesus Christ, God. I say, virgin, no God in the sky. The God inside of you. The man them move from inside of my motor. Yeah, man. Me go out the door, the man them move from inside of me again.
If them could have pushed down in hell, them would have pushed down in hell, man.
Yes, sir. And go back to the Indian and them and the Indian attack. But still they tell them to no God in the sky, but them prefer talk to the Indian than talk to me.
So you can't imagine when me I go through.
That's what I say. You're good still.
You can't imagine me the ultimate devil, Antichrist.
The right, you teach for years and them attack say, Muta a madman and this and that.
Yeah, man, it's a madman, man. And Antichrist and all them something there.
But I don't know what will happen still, Muta, but I want my eyes open already. And you continue to open my eyes and we give thanks to them.
If you open, I go open, man. Watch me.
Yeah, man, we give thanks to them.
Enough I go open to make a difference. You understand?
Yeah. We give thanks, man.
Yeah, give thanks, brethren.
Yeah, bless you.
Yes, man, I tell you. If him just hear that and then moving from his side, true. But we can take it, we're back broad. I tell you, yes, Ian.
Yeah, Motor.
Yes, Irie.
I talked to you about the the money the other day.
Marcus Garvey and the money?
Yeah, that he was on that they was canceling that money that he was on.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm saying to you that, like, that is a part of Black history that he was under that money that they canceled. And for them to cancel that money in Black History Month is an insult to Black History Month.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yeah, me hear. Yes, them insult. I will hear things still. I don't know, Black History Month.
Yeah, but no. But for Marcus Garvey money to be cancelled, because they cancelled about the 15th of the month.
Yeah, maybe they're going to put it on a paper money now.
Huh?
Maybe they're going to put it on a paper money.
To 25 cents?
No, maybe them never have a $5,000 bill.
Yeah, but the money that they canceled was at 25 cents.
No, me know, but who tells them now going to make a $10,000 bill?
Yeah, but Muta, they canceled it on Black History Month.
Yeah, but me know, so what that mean? Me no mean nothing.
Yeah, but Black History Month, Marcus Garvey is Black History. Like,
yeah, but them not celebrate Black History Month.
But it's Jamaican.
No, but what may I say? So what that mean now to you now? Mean it's a disgrace, don't it?
No, it's not disgrace, but it's insulting to do it in that month of Black History Month. Cause IRFM says February is Black History Month.
Yeah, but what may I say now? You are saying it's an insult to do it in, so them should have do it next month. You'd have feel better than to do it next month.
I'd have feel better if they didn't do it at all.
Yeah,
that's why I called you the first time.
In terms of the month, because you emphasize the month.
I wouldn't have felt better, but still it wouldn't be Black History Month that they did it. And remember that Marcus Garvey being on the very 25 cent is a part of Black history, so it's not Black history anymore that they took him off.
Yeah, but some of them, yeah, all right, so you are no brethren. Me can't really bother my brains about that, you know. Trust me, because they make a statue don't look like him neither. So the point is that it don't matter to me if him depend $100 bill, $10,000 bill. We see a different perspective to deal with Marcus Garvey, and we are carried through by educating the people them about Marcus Garvey.
Yeah.
Not just an image. I mean, it's good. The symbolism is good. You know, we accept the symbolism, but I don't know if I would have emphasized why them do it in a Black History Month. Like, if them they never do it in a Black History Month, it would be almost all right.
No, it was never. When I called you, I was saying to you that, you know, because you always champion these causes.
I know, but I don't know if it's a cause now. If you say why you not do that in a Black History Month, because them don't tell we already say how we are celebrate Black History Month. Them are celebrate Reggae Month.
Yeah.
Them don't tell that, you know. We are celebrating
to me, I was thinking that IRFM, you and Kabul would have, like, you know, done something about that.
I never really take it up as an issue, really. It never comes.
Yeah. I see that.
Issue, you know? Who else upon the other money them when them cancel out?
Well, you said the person that's on the other money is not Paul Bogle, so I don't know who it was.
No, which money bag Paul Bogle upon? Or the $1? Which me don't even know the money them.
10 cents.
Him upon the 10 cents.
It's not him. You said that was some American.
No. When me I say who else upon who else upon the kind them with them cancel?
That's the two people that I know. The person that you said is not Paul Bogle.
Vietnam man. It's a black man said we. It's a black man. So when me ask you now.
You said it's American.
Wait there. Where my money them? I have to find a money. Me don't even remember who depend the money we have the little edge. Who depend the money there? Eh? Not
the brown money.
Money. Who depend the? I wait a $10 or $1. Me don't even know a $10 bill. Me don't even know, you know.
10 cent motor.
10 cent. Who depend the 10 cent?
You said the person that's on the 10 cent is not Paul Bogle.
No matter what me did say about the person.
Well, that's the person I'm saying. That it's supposed to be Paul Bogle.
All right. So if it's
but
genuine,
you said it's not him.
No, when me I say the man that who depend it is part of Black history. So me I say no. If him depend it now, it's not the. I don't think it's a deliberate attempt to get rid of the black people them half of the money. But that's what me really say.
It was two black people on that money though.
Two black people for which money?
It was on the 10 cent and on the 25 cent. Marcus Garvey was on the 25. Marcus Garvey is still on the $20, yeah.
Yeah, so which one of them
Marcus Garvey was on two money.
Which part none of them depend? Which one of none of them depend? No, $500.
The 5, yeah.
Okay, $500 bill none of them.
Yeah, she on the 5. But the person on the 10 cent, you said that person is not
yeah,
the person that
I know me say the picture did show it.
Yeah, but
I know me
no,
say.
but I'm just going by your word because I didn't check it
So
out.
you never check it? Yeah, but I don't check it, Regine. Don't check with me.
Well, I'm talking to you and I have to say what you say. I'd have to, cause, you know, I'm talking to you. I'm not talking to somebody else. I said Muta said this. I'm saying you
champion for now, leave, don't take off Marcus, don't get rid of the Marcus Garvey for the 10 cent in a Black History Month. Meta would get it rid of it in a next month.
Because because Marcus Garvey on that money is black history.
But all of them were upon the money of black history.
Yeah, but you already tell us that the one that we thought was Paul Bogle is not. So
yeah, but even if it's not Paul Bogle, really may I tell you, brethren, even if it's not Paul Bogle, it's still a man who contribute to black history. Jenkins.
Okay.
The man who, the picture where Paul Bogle look like, is still a man who relate to black history. That is why I bring it up, you know. So you must go out there and go find who is this man when name Jenkins. Yeah, but you never do it. So you never do your homework. You should have go to the back of the class.
No, but the homework was really about Marcus Garvey.
No, the homework was to find out who is that man with where them says Paul Bogle picture. Who is that man? That is what was the homework. You never do that homework. So now you come now and you say, them take out Marcus Garvey out in a Black History Month. So now,
yeah, but you say, no, we must do something about it. That I wouldn't have to go back to that. I have to just say what the teacher said to me, and then I said, but I had to say to the teacher.
The teacher didn't give homework long time, you never do it, you know. I know you come back and refer to the homework where you never do.
But the homework would still be that Marcus Garvey, or that person is no longer on the brown money, the 10 and the 25.
You are a delinquent student. I should give you.
Muta, no delinquency there, Muta. I'm just saying it's an insult for it to have been done in February, even though it was done.
Emphasize the February. It's an insult to do it any time at all.
Yes.
But you have to explain February. February is we at a Black History Month, you know. And it's a small portion of we at a Black History Month, you know. The majority of Jamaican people now check Black History Month. They check Lent, Ash Wednesday, Valentine's Day, Easter, and that they check. It's a small portion away. I relate to it as Black History Month.
Yes, but that's the portion I'm talking to. Like you and Kabuk, because like I said, you always champion these causes.
Tell me what you want me to do. What should I do? What should I do? Tell me. Go to the government and tell them, say, don't disrespect Garvey that way by take out the money during Black History Month.
Well, you could.
Yeah, but if you can't, all right, Bridget. All right. Me understand what you're saying now, but you say,
all right.
Me don't have that taste and that feeling feet like how you said. Me don't have that, you know, spur. It don't spur me. It's not something that spur me.
But me did I think say it spur you.
No, yeah, but me know, but you think wrong. It not really spur me.
All right, Mode.
So you wait now, hold on. You want me to tell you if you don't know.
Yeah.
You see the homework I give you from them days how you never do. You remember that homework that you just bring up a while ago?
Well, Paul Bogle.
Yeah, you need to go now for your computer and look for it. All right?
Man. All right, me hear your part, all right.
You're going to do it or you're not going to do it? You have to hear me. You know you hear me?
Yeah, my mic go through it.
Oh,
my mic go through it.
You might. All right. So when you come back now, you're going to bring up something else where me and Cabo should have do. And you have one thing you know do.
Yes, Mode.
Give thanks. Yes. All right. Over there. Yes, over there. Yeah, this is the cutting edge. The brethren that talked to me a while ago. Him say too money, Marcus Garvey there. Boy, so I am pleading naivety to this thing, you know. Who depend the $20 bill? That $20 bill. Who depend the $20 kind? Operator, you have a $20 out there. Bring a $20 bill, let me see. And a $10 bill. Because you have two politicians. I think you have, no, one of them upon the money, but you have upon the paper money. But you have a politician upon the silver. It's a copper one, them say them are going to get you there, you know, the copper one, them. Them just said, Garvey upon two of them. And I feel same upon another one too, you know. You know, some no silver. You have no security. Operator. Come teach me something else. Because I don't remember who they for the $20 bill. I could have sworn you have it for the $20 bill. Not the $20 bill, the $20 coin. Can somebody out there tell me, say, Garvey not depend on $20 kind, I'm depend on $20 kind. Make me stop going to sound like me an idiot. Nobody now coming out of the studio come tell me, say, me an idiot. I want to remember if Garvey depend on the $20 kind, because him say, them take off Garvey off of the money during Black History Month. But I know, say, it's the copper money them I get rid of. It's not the silver money them. And I go and go put me on the black and say, Garvey depend on one of them silver money there. And Buster, I think I'm Manley. Manley depend one of them, and Buster depend one of them. If him feel so upset about it, maybe him should have got lobby say them put Garvey upon the $5 kind. But Garvey, all your people through the window for come inside so come tell me which part Garvey there. Yo, Matrix, come rescue me. Matrix, come rescue me at Rasta because it's me now no kind, you know, so tell me something now. No, me have kind, but tell me something now. Garvey no depend one of the other kind them, apart from the copper one them. No. Uncle one him depend? Yeah. So who depend the $20? No, all right. Manley depend one of them. I think Manley depend the $5. You know, to the whole of we idiot in here. No, me even look on them, you know, so wait there. Marcus Garvey depend the $20 bill, Rasta? No? What you say over there, so? Yeah. Oh, you mean? Yeah. Don't you see it now? You see it now? Hey, Matrix. Hey, reach a telephone book there. Come here, leak Mark. Me go leak him in the with telephone book, you know. Marcus Garvey depend the $20 kind, right? And Manley depend the $5. No, so. Who depend the $5? What a terrible thing. If we depend school challenge quiz started. Big money that place I try to figure out who depend which of the money there. No, this is outrageous. No, I hope Debian, I hope not Debian, I hope Cabo will listen to this and fire the whole away. We can't see, I don't even know anything like that. It's great. Because them I get you out of the kind and them get you out of the Marcus Garvey after the kind in a Black History Month. So him take resentment to it. Say them do this in a Black History Month because Marcus Garvey is Black History. Me no see the significance of saying me go fight for that. Because I say me and Cabo should have fight for that because since we are dealing with them something. I mean I tell them say it's not so important to me. But when me I reflect on it now, me I say Marcus Garvey depend one of the copper money them too? No, then how him come and I say that? So them I get rid of the $20 bill, $20 kind? No, the copper one them I get rid of. Them say them now go deal with the copper kind them. No, me know, but them officially, the government officially say them go stop make them. But no, but when we want to fight, no, but me know say, no, him said, the brother will call me say, Marcus Garvey depend the copper kind them, and them I get you right in a Black History Month. Right? So him resent it. And him had said, no, him did not expect me now, or Cabo, to bring it up as an issue. Yeah. But if I remember clearly, Marcus Garvey depend the $20 kind. Then how you come in and go like say you never know that? And make me go like say me doubt myself. Why you make me doubt myself for? Hear him now. True no want to go against you, no, you know. Hear him now. Maybe. Him no want to say, Matrix, you're idiot, man. Marcus Garvey the $20 kind. He brought that about maybe. If you don't say right, you don't say that. The two of you are idiot, so if you don't say right, you know. If I talk about baby, I hope you catch flu when you go outside. You. No, this is amazing, Rasta. This is amazing. So Marcus Garvey actually depend the $20 kind. Then I get you that $20 kind. Brethren, if that will make you feel better, whosoever you is, Marcus Garvey upon the $20 coin, and them not going to get you that the $20 coin. Right? Come see man take the $20 coin and make ring, you know. Yeah, man, me go at some shop, what they call culture shop in America, where I will if a rats know, them use it as the pin, as the top of it, and the ring. No. Yeah, them like them well it on the rings and make it like how this stay. Them.
Alright. Me to do that one time 25 cents.
Who did they pay 25 cents? You see it? No, we need to go back to school. Watch it now. Who did they pay 25 cents? Why you use the 25 cents?
I just look side and the coffee tree on it.
Oh, actually they pay one side. So who did they pay the other side? You don't know. Right, you know, so they put, you know, take with our money, then put it up, you know, because every one of the money have different color, you know. And we make it feel like there's a nice thing, but American money does have one color, green. You can't make no mistake unless the number there. Now them bring out one now $5,000 bill, will look like a $500 bill. You ever take it out like your mind and you say, wait, brethren, what are they? A $5,000 bill that. And then put a man on it when they talk about him not like black. See, when name songster, and a songster, Shearer. A Shearer, the ban all of the black book them in Jamaica, you know. And him, they ban the book them, you know. May I tell you that, you know. He was the blackest prime minister at the time when him did it, and him ban all of the book them. Malcolm X book, Walter Rodney book, all of the book them. And him did ban them. You ever hear about the Black Beauty? Yeah. You ever read Black Beauty in your school? It's about a ass man. All that him banning and never realized it. You never realized it. It have nothing to do with blackness. Yeah, Black Beauty. No, but it's him, but them put him on the $5,000 bill. And the highest denomination that where them have. So them gonna make a $10,000 bill now. The money I get less and less when you see them as that, you know. That means they see them get you that $100.
$50 note, I think them say them all get rid of.
$50. I think I kind them say them all get rid of. Who they pay the $50 note? No, this is serious. This is serious. Don't hear what now? Don't hear what now? We need to have a class together. Matrix. May you need to have a class to study Jamaican money and coins. And remember who they pay the kind them. Because if I look up at them, I can tell them, say, Daddy, me never know say I idiot. No, but me don't want them no more than me. Me don't want them no more than me at all. Me not about to not tell them no more than me there for, you know. No, sir. No, sir. Me must know more than them. They are longer than them. I have more experience and everything. I make hold up more money than them. Maybe I can start hold up some money. That's it. Too much $5,000 bill. Yes, that's true, you know. We need some people. Yes, that's true. All right, so we cover that then. Marcus Garvey upon the $20 kind. All right. And them now get you that $20 kind. So what the brethren can rest easy. Okay. Anyway. Well, it have me giddy a while ago though. Trust me. It have me giddy rasta. Because you still think about them kind of now. Me not look on them, you know. No, because a man just say, give me change. Me have one little pouch, me don't throw it in there. All right, now me carry part there, so me don't throw it, so them put the cup there, me don't throw it in there. You know, see, and some man now stop me, you know. Him pushing me through, me say, wow, Muta, you know, no kind there. And me don't get them answer. Yeah, me everybody look on it, you know, yeah. Sometimes I had foreign money in there, you know. Yeah, some had 25 cents, them and thing, yeah. Aye, sir. That was a exercise in stupidity. Right, sir. I believe you. Look here. I don't care who they put the body them. From it can't spend. From it have value. And it can satisfy what I want to do. I will forever spend it. You understand? Trust me. But that means Marcus Garvey not upon the lowest. They know one time my brother told me so them put Marcus Garvey upon the lowest money. You know because you have 5 cents and you have 10 cents. And then you have the $1. The little fine one. That's the $1 that. Which one of them are the $1? No, them not have the copper one them are $1. So the little money. See there? Hey, Matrix. Brethren, talk to me, man, because Matrix a ton million. He must say the little shine one them are $1. Boss, Ratcha man, that man has suffer more than you know, him know the kind them. Look here. Matrix, your brethren is not as rich as you. Him have to deal with kind, so him know. Just listen to him I say. You have a $1 kind with one little kind like the 1 cent American 1 cent. Which have some edge, don't it? Yeah. Who the pan a kind there? No edge. Who the pan a kind there? Who the pan a kind there? I think Tid. No, this is serious. Brethren, shut your mouth now, man. Chew your dollar paper money. Yeah. Brethren, Matrix. Your brethren don't angle paper money, you know. So if no way but say, your brethren don't handle paper money. if paper money don't come in and feel life at all. Look. See there? At the $1 there. Who they pan it? Let me see who they pan it. $1 Oh, I bust the pan it, man. See $1 Alexander Buster man to the pan it, man. See there? You can be able to see. No, but that's true, you say. $1. See it? Him don't know them money there. Him don't angle them money there. Me don't angle them neither. $1 there. Cause if this drop on me, no, me don't bother pick it up, you know. If this drop on me, no, all right. I learned something that Bustamante is on the $1. Norman Manley is on the $5. Marcus Garvey upon the $20. Who upon the $10? No man, Buster upon the $1, man. See the $1, man. Bars, because take up your whole time and talk about the money. And who they upon which money and who they upon the money. George William Garvey upon the $10. So Marcus Garvey upon the highest kind, the $20. That's not so bad. But I don't understand how Shearer reach a $5,000. Maybe I try all anybody I use it. Come take back your $1 from me. Because I don't want it. Trust me. I don't want that. Let me suffer, man. I don't want to feel so. I hope they say you find it. I hope they say I'm going to find it. I put it up there. I can walk over there and take it out. No, serious? No, maybe search up the brethren. We can't go to find one heap of more money up there. Search up there. Any paper money up there? All right. I'm going to stop boring the people them. I'm boring the people them with lack of understanding about our Jamaican currency. Gone, you know. I'm going to go with this.